Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you for joining Srimad Bhagavatam Sangha and Attentive Japa. Let's continue. Now, the thing is, last time we were talking about the flow of the Ganges River around the universe. But in Canto 5, that's all that's mentioned of Mother Ganges. The elaboration of her pastimes is in Canto 9. So when we get to Canto 9, we can continue with that. Instead, now today we're looking at the glories of Lord Ananta, chapter 25. And after this, we'll end Canto 5 and go on to Canto 6. And there's some wonderful personalities in Canto 6 that we will be covering. But I think for our reference, up to chapter 25 is fine. So let's continue. So in this chapter, Shukadeva Goswami describes Ananta, the source of Lord Shiva. So we were talking about Lord Shiva. So he's still connected with what we were discussing last week. But the Srimad Bhagavatam discusses, it goes in this direction rather than continuing about Mother Ganges. Lord Ananta, whose body is completely spiritual, he resides at the root of the planet Patal. So the hellish planets. He always lives in the core of Lord Shiva's heart, and he helps him destroy the universe. Ananta instructs Lord Shiva how to destroy the cosmos, and thus he's called Tamsi, or one who is in the mode of darkness. He is the original deity of material consciousness, and because he attracts all living entities, he's sometimes known as Sankarshan. The entire material world is situated on the hoods of Lord Sankarshan. From his forehead, he transmits to Lord Shiva the power to destroy this material world, because Lord Sankarshan is an expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Many devotees offer him praise, and in the planetary system of Patal, all the Suras, Asuras, Gandharvas, Vidyadhars, and learned sages offer him their respectful obeisance. So they're not the planetary system of Patal. The Lord talks with them in a sweet voice. His body construction is completely spiritual and very, very beautiful. Anyone who hears about him from a proper spiritual master becomes free from all material conceptions of life. The entire material energy is working according to the plans of Anantadev. Therefore, we should regard him as a root cause of the material creation. There is no end to his strength, and no one can fully describe him, even with countless mouths. Therefore, he is called Ananta, unlimited, being very merciful towards all living entities. He has exhibited his spiritual body. So Sukadeva Goswami describes the glories of Nandadev to Maharaj Parikshit in this way, right? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Mukham Kroti Vachalam, Pangum Langyate Grim, Yat Kirpatam Mamanda, Shri Guru Taranam, Paramananda Madham, Shitane, Ishram Hariyam Tasat, Narayanam Namaskritya, Naram Cheva, Narotam, Devim Sasvitim Yasam, Tato Jemaduriyat, Nasta Prisha Babdareshu Nitam Bhavasevya, Bhagavati Uttam Shloke, Bhaktir Bhavati Neshtaki. Hare Krishna. So, Shri Shukadeva Goswami said to Maharaj Parikshit, my dear king, approximately 240,000 miles beneath the planet Patal lives another incarnation of the Supreme Personality Godhead. He is the expansion of Lord Vishnu, known as Lord Ananta or Lord Sankarshan. He is always in the transcendental position, but because he is worshipped by Lord Shiva, the deity of the Tamagun or darkness, he is sometimes called Tamsi. Lord Ananta is the predominant deity of the material mode of ignorance, as well as the false ego of all conditioned souls. When a conditioned living being thinks I am the enjoyer in this world is meant to be enjoyed by me, this conception of life is dictated to him by Sankarshan. Thus, the mundane conditioned soul thinks himself the Supreme Lord. So, Shukdev Goswami continued, this great universe, situated on one of Lord Nandadev's thousand of hoods, appears just like a white mustard seed. It is infinitesimal compared to the hood of Lord Ananta. So he feels no weight carrying the universe on his hood. At the time of devastation, when Lord Ananta Dev desires to destroy the entire creation, he becomes slightly angry. Then from between his two eyebrows appears three-eyed Rudra carrying a trident. This Rudra, who is known as Sankarshan, is the embodiment of the 11 Rudras or incarnations of Lord Shiva. He appears in order to devastate the entire creation. The pink transparent toenails on the Lord's lotus feet are exactly like valuable gems, polished to a mirror finish. When the unalloyed devotees and the leaders of the snakes offer their obeisance to Lord Sankarshan with great devotion, they become very joyful upon seeing their own beautiful faces reflected in his toenails. Their cheeks are decorated with glittering earrings, and the beauty of the face is extremely pleasing to see. Lord Ananta's arms are attractively long, beautifully decorated with bangles, and completely spiritual. They are white, and so they appear like silver columns. When the beautiful princesses of the Serpent Kings, hoping for the Lord's auspicious blessing, smear his arms with aguru pulp, sandalwood pulp, and kumkum, the touch of his limbs awakens lusty desires within them. Understanding their minds, the Lord looks at the princesses with a merciful smile, and they become bashful, realizing that he knows their desires. Then they smile beautifully and look upon the Lord's lotus face, which is beautiful by reddish eyes rolling slightly from the intoxication and delighted by love of his devotees. Lord Sankarshan is the ocean of unlimited spiritual qualities, and thus is known as Anantadev. He is none different from the Supreme Personality Godhead for the welfare of all living entities within this material world. He resides in his abode, restraining his anger and intolerance. Anantadev's main mission is to dissolve this material creation, but he checks his anger and intolerance. This material world is created to give the conditioned souls another chance to go back home. So why is Anantadev angry? So this material world is created to give the conditioned souls another chance to go back home, back to Godhead. But most of them don't want to take advantage of this facility. That's why he's angry. That they're wasting their time. After the creation, they again exercise their old propensity for lording it over the material world. These activities of conditioned souls anger Anantadev, and he desires to destroy the entire world. Yet, because he is the Supreme Personality Godhead, he is kind toward us and checks his anger and intolerance. Only at certain times does he express his anger and destroy the material world. So when he thinks enough is enough, let's start again, and he destroys the material world. So Shukdev Goswami continued, the demigods, the demons, the Urags, that's the serpentine demigods, the Siddhas, the Gandharvas, the Vidyadharas, and many highly elevated sages constantly offer praise to the Lord. Because he is intoxicated, the Lord looks bewildered, and his eyes appearing like flowers in full bloom, which move to and fro. He pleases his personal associates, the heads of the demigods, by the sweet vibrations emanating from his mouth. Dressed in bluish garments and wearing a single earring, he holds a plough on his back with his two beautiful and well-constructed hands, appearing as white as the heavenly king Indra. He wears a golden belt around his waist and Vajanti garland of ever-fresh tulsi blossoms around his neck. Bees intoxicated by the honey-like fragrance of the tulsi flowers hum very sweetly around the garland, which thus becomes more and more beautiful. In this way, the Lord enjoys his very magnanimous pastimes. Now, if persons who are very serious about being liberated from material life hear the glories of Ananta from the mouth of spiritual master in the chant split succession, and if they always meditate upon Sankarshan, the Lord enters the cause of their hearts, vanquishes all the dirty contamination of the material modes of nature, and cuts to pieces the hard knot within the heart, which has been tied tightly since time immemorial by the desire to dominate material nature through fruitive activities or sense gratification. Narad Muni, the son of Lord Brahma, always glorifies Anantadev in his father's assembly. There he sings blissful verses of his own composition, accompanied by a stringed instrument known as tamburu. So by his glance, the Supreme Personality of Godhead enables the modes of nature to act as the causes of universal creation, maintenance, and destruction. The Supreme Soul is unlimited and beginningless. Although he is one, he has manifested himself in many forms. How can human society understand the ways of the Supreme? So this manifestation of the subtle and gross matter exists within the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Out of causeless mercy towards his devotees, excuse me, he exhibits various forms which are all transcendental. The Supreme Lord is most liberal and he possesses all mystic power to conquer the minds of his devotees and give pleasure to their hearts. He appears in different incarnations and manifests many pastimes. So Srila Jiva Goswami translated this verse as follows. The Supreme Personality Godhead is the cause of all causes. It is by his will that gross and subtle ingredients interact. He appears in various incarnations just to please the hearts of his pure devotees. For example, the Supreme Lord appeared in the transcendental incarnation of Lord Varaha just to please devotees by lifting the planet Earth from the Garbhodaya ocean. So in a question to why why the Lord appears in this universe or in any universe again and again is one is to establish the dharma, and secondly get rid of miscreants, and also for the pleasure of his devotees. That's why the Lord interacts again and again. Even if we be distressed or degraded, any person who chants the holy name of the Lord, having heard it from a bona fide spiritual master, is immediately purified, even if he chants the Lord's name jokingly or by chance. He and anyone who hears him are freed from all sins. Therefore, how can anyone seeking disentanglement from the material clutches avoid chanting the name of Lord Shesha, of whom else should one take shelter? Because the Lord is unlimited, no one can estimate his power. This entire universe, filled with its many great mountains, rivers, oceans, trees, and living entities, resting just like an atom on many of his many thousands of hoods. Is there anyone, even with thousands of tongues, who can describe his glories? There is no end to the great and glorious qualities of the powerful Lord Anantadev. Indeed, his prowess is unlimited through self-sufficient. Thou self-sufficient, he himself is the sport of everything. He resides beneath the lower planet systems and easily sustains the entire universe. My dear king, as I heard it from my spiritual master, I have fully described to you the creation of this material world according to the fruity activities and desires of the conditioned souls. Those conditioned souls who are full of material desires achieve various situations in different planet systems, and in this way, they live within the material creation So in this regard, Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur sings, Anadi Karam Phale Adi Pavarnam Jale Taribare Na Dekhi Upaya. So, my Lord, I don't know when I commenced my material life, but I can certainly experience that I have fallen in the deep ocean of nescience. Now I can see also that there is no other way to get out of it than to take shelter of the Lord's feet. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offers the following prayer. I Nanda Tanuja Kinkaram Padita Mam Visham Bhavam Padao Kirpya Tava Pada Pad Pankaj Sita Duli Sadrisham Vichintaya. My dear Lord, son of Nand Maharaj, I am your eternal servant. Somehow or other, I have fallen into this ocean of nescience. Kindly, therefore, save me from this horrible condition of materialistic life. So, Shukadeva Goswami says to Maharaj, Parikshit, my dear king, I have thus described how people generally act according to their different desires, and as a result, get different types of bodies in higher or lower planets. You inquired of these things from me, and I have explained to you whatever I've heard from the authorities. What shall I speak of now? So it's showing that how merciful Krishna is, and also shows that how many type of desires we have. That not only this planet, not only this universe, there are unlimited universes have been created for us by the Lord, and He has expanded Himself in so many personalities to run. Because if there's facility, then somebody has to run the facility as well. Because gross material is just matter. It's dead matter. Somebody has to run it, right? There has to be some existence. There has to be some life in it, and that's arranged by Lord Krishna in his different forms, and even like Lord Brahma, the engineer, and Shiva, the destroyer, Narayan, the sustainer, like that, and then Lord Ananta is described as who is holding everything up, and also he's in charge of the ego, the illusion that we need to be in order to be able to live our lives with our free will, and how and fulfill our desires. Otherwise, if we weren't, we'll be like stuck. Like, should we not do this? We'll feel guilty. But at the moment, we don't feel any guilt because we are an illusion, and we're happy to be the controllers and the masters, proprietors, and the must want to enjoy our senses, because we think this is what everything's all about. Everything's created for our benefit, and we're not obliged to anyone, to the to the demigods who's supplying everything, the rains and the sunshine and the wind. The oxygen is there, everything's provided. We think, well, we somehow seem to feel that we have a right over these things, that we are, that somebody owes us these things. We can do whatever we want, and everything will be just provided free of charge for us. But there's an obligation that we have to everyone who has ever done anything for us, whether it's society, our ancestors, our teachers, anyone who has helped us in our lives. And then we move on to the above that, to the divine beings that are supporting us, supporting our life, or who are a life support to be able to survive in this material world. So thank you so much, and we'd love to hear from yourselves as well on this. Thank you, Hina Mataji, Jai Prabhu, Praveen Mataji, Pundrikaksh Prabhu, and Sarvashya Mataji. Thank you for joining. Hina Mataji, I think she's just listening today. Jai Prabhu is listening. And maybe we can hear from Sureshya Mataji, Pundikaksh Prabhu Puri Mataji. Sureshya Mataji, Hare Krishna. Sureshya Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Well, Ananta Deva is unlimited. I mean, you can't talk about him because it is limited person. You can talk about it, but he's unlimited. And he's also known as Krishna. He's the expansion of Supreme Personality of Godhead. There's so many expansion of Krishna. And it says in Brahma Samhita, Deepavachid Eva hi Jatantaram Abhite Dipte Vivata Hetu Saman Dharma Istadat Eva hi Cha Vishnataya Vibhati Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. It's like there's one light, one candle, and from that candle you can light so many candles. It got the same power, but there's one original one. So Krishna is original, and it got so many expansions. And he's also known as Balram and Lakshman. Ananta Deva is unlimited. He's the source of Lord Shiva, and he's completely spiritual. He lives in Lord Shiva's heart and make him do tamasi work like destruction of the world. It does not make him tamasi because he lives in the heart. Just open the door. Sorry, I don't know what this morning the window cleaner come and he's ringing the bell. Sorry. Where was I? He does does the tamasi work, but it does not make him tamasi because he lives in the heart of the Lord Shiva. Because he lives in the heart of Lord Shiva, it doesn't make him tamasi. Example is given like Lord Krishna is a super soul. He lives in a sinful man's heart and thief's heart. That doesn't make Krishna a thief or sinner. Same thing like to Lord Ananta Deva. He lives in the heart of Lord Shiva, but he is not a tamasi. And in this world, we are doing so many material activities. We are given material bodies to use for devotional service, to go back to Godhead. But we use our body for sense gratification and take repeated birth and death. So to avoid repeated birth and death, it is very important to see transcendental knowledge from the spiritual master, from the disciplic succession, because they give the right knowledge to us. Because if you, so many people that speculate about Krishna, especially in Bhagavad-Gita, there's so many writers of Bhagavad-Gita, but most of them they don't believe in Krishna, but they speculate. So we should have from the right source, from the disciplic succession, and they give you the right knowledge. And Lord Ananta is very, very merciful to his devotees, and the devotees like to save him. All kind of Gandharvas and kinnars, everybody pay respect to him. Everybody loves him, and he's very merciful to all the devotees. And he all the time he keep on chanting the Lord's name with his thousands of mouths, but it's not enough. It's not sufficient for him. He can't glorify Krishna with his one unlimited mouth. And he recited Bhagavatam to Sant Kumaras as well. So one time Sant Kumaras went in, then they wanted to hear about glories of Krishna, so he recited Bhagavatam to them. So Ananta is very merciful and is hovering the earth, and is incarnation of Balram and Lakshman, and he's always in a mood of interpretation of thinking about Krishna and glorifying old Krishna. So we should, he's non-different from Krishna. We should pray to Dolananta as well. When we pray to Krishna, Krishna, like he is the root. When we pray to Krishna, everybody is included in that. So this is what I can say about Lorenta. He's unlimited. We are limited. We can't talk about him and his activities, what his activities he does. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mati. I thought this topic was appropriate because we have Nityananda Parents Day coming on the 21st. So yeah, so they are going to come in the Kal Yuga and help us out. And Lord Nityananda, most merciful and demonstration with the Jagai and Madai, how Lord Gauranga was about to kill, but Lord Nityananda stopped him, saying, please, we have to help these people. In this yuga, we want to kill the demons inside them rather than kill them personally. So he was most merciful. As to go door to door, can you imagine God himself going door to door, asking people to, mend their ways, take the, the holy name. Then they asking individually people, and how merciful can the Lord be? All you need is faith. They don't ask for any money. They just want you to have faith. That's the only payment they want. So amazing, amazing. And you, Punikakshwar Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. It is really amazing that mood of the Ananta. How it's very difficult to actually understand that without the descriptions from in a discipline succession. It's really like and it's mentioned in the purport that we have been given a chance to go back to Godhead, but if we are not utilizing that properly, then Ananta Sesha will come, and in a way he is annihilating the universe, but he's actually giving us a chance to take rebirth again and start everything fresh at least. And Lord comes in many forms, and it's only to please his devotees. And yeah, that's all, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Praveen Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you for the very nice pastime. I've got nothing to add, but I just like the prayer by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I think I need to do that. The prayer at the end. So to save us from this materialistic, horrible life and get us out of it. So where is this prayer from, Prabhuji?
Mataji is part of the 6th Ashtakam, the 8th
Oh,
verse
okay. So I need to read that every day.
Yeah, actually in some temples it's read every morning.
Yes.
Yeah, with the meanings as well. It's beautiful. And yes, please definitely, when you get a chance, do read it.
Yes.
And meditate on it. Especially the third verse, which says that I am just a straw in the street, like that, because that's the I'm more tolerant than tolerant than a tree and lower than a straw in the
Blade of,
lower
yeah.
than lower than a blade of grass.
Yes, yeah.
So that's the mood. If we chant in that mood, there's nothing. That's really helpful to our bhakti, and that's the most difficult thing to do as well for all of us. to in that mood. But
Yes, to read and to act and to pray to Krishna make us like that. Yes.
yeah, so Lord Chaitanya, he didn't live, he didn't write very much. He let his devotees, Rupa Goswami, the six Goswamis, they did a lot of the writing.
Mm-hmm.
He Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he put everything, he condensed everything in these 8 verses. Everything is in there. In the
Okay.
every verse has got different aspects in there, and it's all condensed inside there. So it's beautiful.
So is that all that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's written?
Yes,
Just
yes,
okay, okay,
yeah.
right.
That's
Then
the
it's very important to read it. Then yes,
yes. It's
yes.
Siksha Ashtakam. So
Shikshat,
that
Shishat.
is a
Yeah,
lesson for us. And
lessons. Yeah.
it is very, very beautiful. It's about the Sankirtan, starts with the Sankirtan movement. And
Mm-hmm.
you want to say something, I think.
Yeah. Mahaprabhu did write when he was very young, when he was like in a scholarly board, he used to have these, like the, in Hindi we say tark vitark, the arguments with the scholarly people. He did write a lot. He had written a lot, but I think somebody challenged him for something. I don't remember the exact pastime. Mahaprabhu thought threw all those writings into the Ganges. Because I don't remember the pastime
Yeah,
exactly.
was it a challenge? Or they said because they wrote it as well, and they said
Yes.
people will read yours and not mine. Then Mahaprabhu they threw his writings. Yeah.
Mahaprabhu didn't want it to, because Mahaprabhu had come in the mood of a devotee and he had to set up the perfect example. So afterwards, Mahaprabhu just left just these 8 verses. And Mahaprabhu also, when he went to the yatra in Vrindavan, you will read in Chaitanya Charitamrit in Mathilila how he brought about all those places of leelas in the Vrindavan, whether it was Radha Kund and all the important, the Gopala deity and everything. He took all the places out. So because he knew that we, the people of Kali Yuga, we will benefit from it. And also Bhagavatam. When Mahaprabhu went into the tour of the South India, he brought the Bhagavatam for us. So Mahaprabhu was in the mood of a devotee. That's the reason he only left these 8 verses. But these 8 verses are like everything, what as Krishna had said in Bhagavad-Gita, the Mahapuran, everything, all, put up. Sometimes I feel that all the Shastras we can put on one side and 8 verses, if we can just remember them and know the translations. And there's lots of classes you can hear about them also in by the scholars like our Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. I'm sure there must be a class by our Swayam Bhagwan Keshav Maharaj as well. And now coming to the other point, we are always worrying about going back to Godhead. So I was actually thinking one day, maybe you will also resonate with my feelings. Your feelings will also resonate with my feeling. And I've heard many elder devotees and even the, our people who are our age in the movement say that we're not that much bothered to go back to Godhead as long as we're serving Krishna. So I always think that that's very nice feeling in our head, that instead of stressing ourselves that, oh, I need to get all my acts perfect in this life so that I can go back to Godhead in this life only, or perhaps in the next life. Well, everything is in Krishna's hands, and if he wants, if he can deliver Jagai Madhai just like that, he can also take us back in this life. But I think our mood should be exactly like many senior devotees I've heard from and people I've spoken to as well, that we shouldn't be bothered. If we can go back to Godhead, that's lovely. We'll get spiritual body. We won't have the troubles of this human body. But if we have to come back, definitely all of us will either come in a family of devotees, or we'll be coming in aristocratic family, hopefully with a devotional mood. So our devotion service is definitely going to continue. So I have stopped stressing about this in my head now, that, oh God, I need to be so perfect that I have to go back to God and after this life, hopefully, or maybe, after 4, 5, whatever number of the lives. I'm just asking that Krishna, just give me your devotional service life after life. wherever and however you have decided for me, because he's going to sanction it. So I have imbibed that mood, and I would say, Mataji, you also imbibe that mood, and this way we can do our bhakti more nicely. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you, Mata. That's very nice. No, we have surrendered now, Mataji, so whatever happens by the mercy of Krishna. So good or bad, it's all good for us. So again, whatever happens at the time of death, again, it will be Krishna's mercy. Whatever he'll think is best for us will happen. So yeah,
As long
as long as, yes,
yes.
we've got love of Krishna and we are attached to him, it doesn't matter where we are.
And as long as we have the association of the devotee, so if we are faltering, one or another devotee is going to check us and just tell us that, so that we can sort ourselves out.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you. And yes, importance of association. What you said like last Sunday did really, really help. And I'm feeling so grateful to you, Mataji. I was going to message you, but I'll tell you now. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yes.
That's
Yes, that's
importance.
where we are here for, because we have to use this body in the service of the Lord.
Yeah,
So it has to be looked after as well.
definitely, definitely. Thank you. Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji. I was going to say this six Ashtakam. I mean, this class is on even just on the first verse alone, Chetudarpana Marjanam. There's classes on that.
Each verse.
Even like one verse, the whole class. This like topic,
Seminars
it can be expanded so much can come out of even one verse. And we also, with the 24-hour Kirtan coming up, somebody I know Nitaichar Prabhu used to, I don't know.
He does every time.
I don't know, but he was temple president then.
No, he did. Still
Did he did last time?
Last
Okay, because I wasn't inside
at the start.
At the start last time. So Nitaichar Prabhu, he always recites this 8 verses and also the translation as well before starting the 24-hour Kirtan.
At the temple in the morning program.
Yeah, the temples, temple every morning. Only takes a few minutes,
5 minutes, hardly 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah. 10 offenses, 6 ashtakam, like that,
Very
yeah. Right. So our
Sorry, Prabhuji, just a different question. So, yeah, we know devotees have gone to Dham. So this Sunday, there will be less congregation then?
I don't think it'll make a lot of difference because a lot of people have gone, don't normally come to.
Okay.
I mean, not that I've seen. Who is there that has gone? Okay, maybe Madhurima Mataji,
Nandpriya Mataji. So,
Mayapur Prabhu 3. I
okay.
mean, instead of 40, might be 30. Yeah, well, they don't always come.
We have new people coming all the time. So
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I was just thinking whether to make my snacks or not. So I've raised so far £128.80.
Haribol.
Well,
At the end of the day, Mataji, it's the service you're doing that's going
yeah.
to,
Yeah.
Nothing. Yeah, even I get told this that don't worry about the results. Look at the mood, the service you're doing with, and the service that you're doing.
Yeah.
That point of view.
Yeah, because it reminds me of the squirrel, who was taking little pebbles. So I thought, right, I am working like the squirrel. So, but it gives you joy that you're doing it for the name. Because when I'm telling everybody, we're doing it for the 24-hour Kirtan. So yeah, it's good.
Absolutely. You asked the squirrel thing, I'm giving my best shot here, and you saying, what am I doing? I'm carrying, loads like twice my body weight, and you saying that, what is this? So, yeah, you have, we do what we can, and Krishna just looks at your mood, really, you're doing sincerely, and that's what counts end of the day. And every little counts, right?
Yeah, because the motto I was, look after the pennies, the pounds will look after themselves. So I'm just collecting pennies. So
it's good. It's good. I'll tell you one thing. What you're doing is not just for yourself. You're inspiring others as well.
Maybe others.
Yeah.
So with some
Right.
ideas, yeah.
So you're doing a service, but it should, it lifts other people. Oh, look,
Yes.
Mataji's, doing,
Yeah.
working so hard to,
No, what impressed me more was the Gujarati devotees, because all those ladies, they really appreciated it.
yeah.
So they were the first one. Oh no, I'll take it. I'll take it. So that was really good.
Yes, yes. I mean, especially the love that, the mathia and savories, that they love the
I would
savories.
say, Mataji, because people are so health conscious, make some baked ones as well. You will see then youngsters coming in, grabbing in the
Yeah, I'll see, Mataji. Yeah, how it. Yeah, if you got a recipe, then please forward it. Then I'll try. Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, any other healthy ideas? So I am asking everybody. Just give me some ideas. But then I have to see the cost as well. So again, like cookies, they're not healthy. Again, it is butter and sugar. So it's a little bit tricky, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, look at the cost, look at the time, how much it's going to take. So,
Yes, yeah,
just and end of the day, you have to make time for your sadhana as well,
yes,
you know.
yes,
So yeah,
yes. Yeah, but it
yeah,
is at the cost of reading and all that. Yeah,
yeah. So yeah, that's this flip side, that make sure it's not taking too much of your time, that's affecting your other services.
yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Haribol.
Hari.
Thank you.
So Jai Prabhu has added, Lord Nanta is an expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He's also known by other names such as Sankarshan and Shesha. And as Suresh Mataji mentioned, he's Balram. And Sankarshan is already here. And Lord Nityananda, Lakshman here. He resides beneath the lower planet systems and supports the entire universe. Lord Ananta is another expansion. Uh, rests on Lord Kurma and sports all the universes on his hoods, which appears as small as and are no heavier than mustard seed to him. Lord Ananta is the source of Lord Shiva, residing in his heart. He becomes angry at the time of devastation and instructs Shiva on how to destroy the material creation. Lord Ananta has unlimited transcendental qualities and unlimited power. That is why his name is Anantadev. The Lord enters the hearts of anyone who hears the glories of Anantadev and who meditates on him and vanquishes all the built-up contamination arising from the material modes of nature, such as lusty desires and greed of material possessions. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jai Prabhu. Yes, very important to meditate and to discuss these. This is purifying. Just discussing scriptures is purifying, and really, really helps our progress. Thank you all so much. Right, let's do some serious chanting now. Sureshi Mataji and Pareen Mataji, Hare Krishna.